Hey guys, tonight's movie review is for Red 2, starring Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, Helen Mirren, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. I'm going to start this review off because I know I'll probably get some comments about my opinion maybe by saying I've not seen the first movie, Red, and so that probably has an effect on my review, just putting it out there. But at the same time, if I'm reviewing a movie based on just the movie itself, a movie should be able to stand up on its own. Let me back up a little bit and just kind of tell you guys the storyline for this one. Bruce Willis plays a character, Frank, and John Malkovich plays Marvin, and they are two ex-CIA agents. And near the beginning of the movie, you find out that there is a hit on them. There is a project Nightwatch that involved a nuclear weapon, and for some reason, everyone seems to think that they are involved in this project and that they have the nuclear weapon or know about its whereabouts, but they don't. So these two ex-CIA agents, they have the CIA after them, they have MI6 after them, they have the Russian government after them, and that's kind of how it's left. All these people are going after the two of them and Frank's girlfriend, played by Mary-Louise Parker, who does not have any kind of a spy CIA background, and so she has all these goofy moments of not really knowing what to do and being on the run for the first time. So basically, throughout the whole movie, they're on the run with all of these people chasing them, two of them being characters that were in the first movie. One is Helen Mirren, who is working with MI6, and the other one is an Asian assassin, and he's been hired by the American government to kill them. So basically, they're trying to find out what this Project Nightwatch is, how to find it, and how to not get killed in the process. And that's the basic gist of the movie. Now, like I said before, I've not seen the first one, and so a couple things about this movie. One, normally, I don't know, normally for me, when I see sequels, it doesn't really matter if I've seen the first movie or not. I can kind of jump in on a sequel, understand what's going on, and go with it. Um, I couldn't for this one. I thought that they did kind of a really terrible job if you haven't seen the first one, because this second movie, it just kind of goes bam, like you're already in it. It's almost like you've come into the middle of something, and not knowing the characters or any of the backstory, I felt like I kind of had been dumped into this porn situation. And it was kind of like that for the first 15 or 20 minutes. It almost felt like a disc that was skipping, like the storyline didn't flow very smoothly. It was kind of, they're here, now they're there, and now this is going on and that, and there wasn't any clear progression. Oh, okay, I understand why they're going to this country or that country. It just was kind of all over the place for the beginning of the movie. It settled out and kind of, started getting a better flow, better storyline from, I'd say, the middle on to the end of the movie. But I don't know, I was so put off by the beginning that I kind of didn't care, and I'd say from the middle of the movie on, I was just kind of like, okay, okay, let's find this thing and be heroes, and let's just end the movie. Um, the characters themselves, I didn't think they were very fleshed out at all. I mean, again, they might have been very developed in the first one, but in the second one, it they really weren't at all, with the exception of one character, and that's Marvin, played by John Malkovich. To me, he was kind of the saving grace of this movie. He was the one thing I really enjoyed. I thought his character was really funny, really quirky, um, very classic John Malkovich, and just done very well. Like, all the lines were just executed perfectly. Um, but as for the rest of the characters, I mean, they weren't very fleshed out. I didn't really care about any of them. Mary-Louise Parker had some funny lines, and Helen Mirren had one or two here and there, but for the most part, everybody was kind of flat. Um, and the storyline was okay. I mean, something you've seen a ton of times. There were a couple good fight scenes that were enjoyable, but overall, I was pretty um, disappointed. I'd probably give this a C minus. Like I said, basing it just on this movie alone and not basing it on any other movie and not knowing about the background of any other movie, I I didn't really like it. It was almost like there was some secret that I wasn't in on. Story was eh. Characters were bleh, except for John Malkovich. It's a C minus. I wouldn't see it in the theater unless maybe you're a big fan of the first one or it was matinee or at your dollar theater around the block. And that's all I have for tonight. Thanks.